Hey guys, we're going to get started. Thanks for coming by. I'm Jeff Kiesel. I'm a user experience developer and designer here at RunSignup. Darren, pointing to you.
I'm Darren Wombolt. Welcome. I'm also a user experience designer and developer.
Benny, could you stand up and say hi real quick?
Yeah.
I'm Benny, and I'm a new UX developer in the team.
Benny's been with us for a month, so he has no idea what's happening right now. So our session is really laid back. Basically, it's a show and tell. We're just going to throw up some screenshots of some things we've been doing, tell you a little bit about it, speak up, let us know if the things we've done are working for you or if they're not. Many of you know me. I'm here looking for complaints the whole time. I'm actively asking you guys what gets on your nerves. That's like my thing. Same thing here. So speak up. Not yet, Jeff. Before we get into screenshots, I got to read our guiding principles. So I'm going to get through these really quick. We got to say them out loud at least once a year to keep ourselves honest. And we want you guys to know what we're thinking about when we're trying to design these solutions for you. So real quick, I'm going to do this fast, auction style. Manage complexity. We have complexity. We know it. We're trying not to overwhelm you guys when you hit a screen and there's just stuff. So we're trying to put stuff away, make things approachable, but keep all the advanced features available when you want it. Consistency. We are getting better at consistency. When Darren and I came on board, we started putting a lot of new patterns and elements and components into the UI. So we've actually made things less consistent. But we're in the stage where new people come on, things get mixed up, things get a little weird, and now we're just coming down that slope. Things are going to be more consistent, more seamless for you guys. Be fun, friendly, and factual. That's just our tone of voice, and it's kind of our brand personality. We really know what we're talking about as a company. You've worked with our account managers, they're amazing. We want to provide messaging in our products that it's informative, but we want to be a little bit fun. We want to use our fun illustrations and make things just a nice experience. Get mobile. You know it's easy on mobile devices like phones? Websites are easy because it's just a brochure. I'll tell you what's hard is web applications where you have forms and tabs and all these different states. That's hard on a little tiny screen. So we're improving that over time. Every time we do a release, we're thinking about mobile, making it a little bit better. And when I'm talking about mobile in this context, I'm not so much talking about the race websites, I'm more talking about the dashboard. If you guys are on site at an event, we want you to be able to go in there real quick and actually be able to get something done. So it's important to us, and we're working on it. We know it's not great, but we're getting there. Be inclusive. So something that we've made a priority this year is to better accommodate differently abled users, low sight users, users who use a different physical interface to use the computer. One of my personal goals, and Darren and I talked about this, I would love for a blind user to be able to register themselves using one of our race websites. That's inclusive design. It works for a sighted person and a non-sighted person. And as a company, I want RunSignup, we want RunSignup to say, your race website is fast, it's secure, it's SEO optimized, and it's accessible. And for some of you who do work with government organizations, the accessibility component is going to become more and more important, the more enmeshed you get with the government entity. Last one, create products that people love. That's the most important thing, and that's why we're here. Yeah. Darren and I talk about these products like they're our children. It's really weird sometimes, but we really care. We really want to make it great for you guys. So never feel bad about grabbing Darren in the hallway or me and saying, "Hey, I want to show you this thing," and it gets my nerves. I think there's a better way to grab us. We'd love to talk about it.
So last year we did a complete brand refresh, and one of the things that we did with that is we completely redesigned the logo. We wanted to just kind of bring like a new look to our brand, which is going to make it feel more expensive, and it's going to make it, just kind of fresh. And along with that, we've also worked, as Bob had mentioned this morning, worked with a developer in Brazil an illustrator, to create all these new illustrations and these characters, and they go right along with our brand. So you're going to see them, they're kind of creeping in everywhere. So you see them today, you're going to see them in our platform, and they're just kind of there to be fun and friendly and have a little bit of a better experience to our products.
Yeah, they're everywhere now.
Yeah. And we're going to keep creating new ones, and they're going to be coming out everywhere. So.
Kind of.
So I'm just curious, what do you guys think of the new brand? You guys like it?
It took a little to get used to.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that.
Yeah.
When it happened, we were like, wait.
Yeah.
It
happened overnight.
Because sometimes like AOL and AR and the Google and stuff will do a happy birthday thing or a holiday, and then it goes away.
Yeah.
And seriously.
You thought it was going to go away?
Yeah, I
Just
thought
kind
it
of
was
stayed.
I thought it was a little cartoonish at first. It kind of really was really different. And it's like, exactly. I'm like, is this just temporary, fun or something? But now it's like, you notice it. I mean, we noticed it, but it's not.
Yeah.
We were actually going to release it on April 1st, just to really mess with
Because we don't have enough to worry about.
Yeah.
And it's, as we said in the points on there, the rollout is still ongoing, so you're going to still see some of our old branding in some places, and we're working now on trying to kind of pick through and replace some of that stuff with the new logo and the new branding. So that's stuff that we're working on. But this is just a sample of some of the characters that we have here. We'll be developing more as time goes on. The fancy couple here is kind of going with the new GiveSignup and the volunteers, the golfer, and all this stuff. So, the illustrator's working on new stuff now as we speak.
In Brazil.
Yeah, in Brazil. Did you have anything to add?
We're excited about it. We think they look fantastic on a lot of different materials. It really opens us up to an opportunity to tell some stories. And we have some plans to do some fun things around holidays and, National Donut Day, of course, do something. And, it really ups the quality of the brand and provides us opportunities. So,
yeah. Cool. And we are talking about creating more scenes, even like seasonal type of scenes, and like putting them in like My Races page and some of the other areas, just to kind of add a little extra on those pages, make it more fun, visually interesting.
Question: did you base one off of Bob? Because on the front.
unofficially, yes.
Yes, it looks just like Bob. To make sure it wasn't crazy.
There's actually one picture of that character where Bob's in all bright pink spike. We call that Pink Bob, and we think it's hilarious. So it's a lot of fun for us. We hope you guys like it a lot.
Yeah. So I'll talk about the next part. This is something that I worked on, the new race website template that came out in January. So this was, just go to the screenshot here. Last year we had the full screen template, which was the whole brand new look and feel that we had come out with for our websites. And we had gotten a lot of feedback that the navigation was kind of hard to work with, especially with races that have a lot of nav items. So in response to that, we came out with, I think we call it the classic one, but the navigation's fixed on the side, and it allows for a lot more space for the navigation. And it's got kind of a similar take on it to the old race website template, the positioning of it, but it's got new responsive feel to it, and it's got all the same design qualities as the other template. And along with that rollout, we also came out with a whole slew of new color themes for you guys to choose from, and we tried to pick some like newer, modern types of colors that you guys could pick from. And you can of course still do your own theme, of course, but just kind of wanted to freshen it up a little bit because we'd had the same colors for years, and we wanted to do something new. So do any of you use the new template?
So how do you pull in those colors?
How do I?
And you can actually make the bullet points and everything change.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you can make your own colors.
Yeah, these colors here are built into the system, but you can, if you were to scroll down on that screenshot from that page, you can create your own And you can base it off of one of these and just customize it. Yep. Yes?
Are you ever going to get away, what is it, 800 by 1200, the banner size, or is there a way around that? 400. Where it is?
That's actually something that we're working on. We're working on a cropping tool that is going to allow you to upload an image of any size and crop it to the sizing that we need. I don't know, at this point, we're probably not going to go away from the 800 by, I think it's 1500 for that banner, because it works well with the design and the sizing of it. But when we come out with the new cropping tool, you won't have to crop it yourself. You can do it inside the system, which will make it much easier.
And when were you hoping for that?
I'll say this quarter.
Yeah.
It's in progress,
Oh, great.
but there's some complication here that we gotta make sure it's perfect.
That's huge. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, I realize you guys have a lot of other things to worry about aside from the size of the image.
Yeah.
It's going to happen right in the browser.
That's a feature that I know gets asked for a lot. So I'll run through ticketing real quick.
Yeah,
There's a lot to talk about with ticketing, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time on each screen. As you guys are probably aware, we came out with ticketing this year. One of the things that we worked on is having the race website with the ticketing, and it's based off of the full screen template. And then we also went through and created all this new UI for getting a ticket. So we developed this new, what we call a quantity selector. It's a neat kind of UI. It's very simplistic, and it just lets you click and get your quantities. We brought over a lot of the UI from the registration, but it's all new code and it's all fresh. So we tried to make some improvements where we could. And this kind of goes back to us being consistent in reusing our UI components. So you'll see a lot of the same familiar UI elements, keep everything consistent and familiar. And along with that, the donations in the ticketing is all new. Some of it was reused UI from registration, but for the most part, it's all new code. We tried to create some new components here, like the goal meter is brand new, and some of the drop-down selectors and stuff like that are brand new. And that's in progress. We're still working on that.
Quick question on ticketing.
Yeah.
Okay, if you've got a race that's 5K, 10K, and they're also selling tickets for whatever else, how do you mix the people in? You got people who are just buying tickets, and then you got people who are actually registering for the race as well. What does your registration look like?
Tickets. It's two distinct events.
Pardon me?
So it's two distinct events.
Okay,
So you'll have your
tickets are a
5K.
separate event. Is that it?
Say again?
Tickets are a separate event?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like having a race, but it's not a race.
Okay.
So you can have your 5K, and then the week before you can have a fundraiser dinner for your 5K. That's what you would sell tickets for. So there may be a way to link the two of them through CRM, but you need to talk to your account manager
The
about
question
that.
is, if you have, that same person registers for both events then.
Yeah, that would be good to know. I don't know the answer,
Okay.
but we'll get in touch with your account manager, and we'll talk that through, because that's valuable.
You have an Instagram, you have an Instagram icon on there. Is that, don't usually see, there's usually Facebook, right? Am I missing that?
Right.
Is that new? Like right in,
See where it says over the
Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah.
December 7th.
This, yes,
That is new.
okay. That's new.
okay.
It's new to us, too.
Okay, how do we have that and what does it do? We don't know yet, okay.
I didn't work on that, did you?
I'll come to you. We'll get it.
We have Instagram.
I always send people to do that because it's like, how do I share the event on Facebook? And I'm like, you just hit this icon and it like will link to whatever social media account you want, and then just kind of share that event with, on your favorite platform. So it's the way the users can share the event versus you sharing the event.
I mean, we've had social sharing buttons on all our stuff for a long time.
But
I personally
but
don't
not
pay a lot of
Instagram.
attention to what they specifically are, but they've been there for a while.
There's a setting, so I forget where it is, but where you put in your Instagram username, and that's what's gonna have it show. If you don't have your username set, it's only gonna show Facebook, Twitter, and email. But once you put in your Instagram username, it'll pop up there. I haven't actually done it and shared with it, but I was in the code yesterday looking at it, so that's what triggers it to be there. So when you have your username set.
Like within your RunSignup account?
I think it's for the race.
So the race has an Instagram account. They have to put it in there. Got it. Okay.
Cool. Thanks, John.
Yeah, thank you.
Right. Okay, the My Races screen. Last year at Symposium, I actually like to sit in the back of the big session so I can see everyone's screen, see what you guys are doing. And I noticed a lot of you are hanging out on the My Races screen. So we did an iteration of this shortly after Symposium last year, and we changed some things up. We added some statistics here. But I really think there's a lot more opportunity here for improvement. So does anyone have anything on this screen? Do you live here? What irks you about it? What's that?
I love the screen. The one thing that drives me crazy is when I'm trying to look for a past event and I type the name in the search and then I hit past events. It's not that screen, but it doesn't save that name. I have to re-enter the name in after I hit past events.
Oh, you mean when you're on the dashboard?
Yes.
And then at the top, yeah, that's very annoying.
And
It does it.
really annoying.
It doesn't autocomplete for you.
It doesn't. It
Okay.
clears
You have
the
to
field.
switch, yeah. Like if it pops up on upcoming races and you're not thinking that you're in the wrong one, you type the whole thing in, and then you're like, oh wait, it's past event.
Yeah.
You click on past, and then you have to type it in.
Okay. Yeah, I can see how that'd be annoying.
It drives me nuts.
Okay.
This is probably a specialized, super annoying question that doesn't apply to everybody, but so we have relays, which are a team event,
Yeah.
and so for one of our events now, it's showing that numbers of people that registered are up, but we really only care about groups that are registered.
Okay.
So is there any way to add that feature in somehow?
We had talked about it. The initial mock-ups for this, we had settings so that you can go in and decide what stats. We had to kind of stop what we were doing on this and move on. But we can talk about that again, because I always felt that would be useful to be able to customize.
It's a tiny little thing.
It's actually not tiny. It's important.
Is there a way to add distances? Because we do 5K, 10Ks, we always want to know how many 5K, and we have to build another screen out there. And not,
Yeah.
It's like just participants that.
So on the race search results on RunSignup, for example, if I search for Nike 5K series and it's shown on our website, underneath we have little labels that say 5K, 10K, whatever else. Would that be useful if there's little labels under each race that said what distances were included in the race?
Or the totals.
I think she wants to have it broken out by
As we're watching the race entries come in, we want to know how many times 5K, 10K, because that means how many.
I see what you're saying.
It's like medals in order or percentages and how many water stations we put out there, so that information is important to us.
Okay.
Not just how many participants, but who's registering for that.
I understand.
Because right now you've got to take it out of the participant CSV or do you have to break it down there.
Even on your
graphs
it on the dashboard.
it doesn't show you.
When you go to the dashboard, if you click on the number, it gives you a drop
Now
down.
for sprint triathlon, we have sprint, Olympic, and a half, and we want to know who's in all of those.
Yeah.
And you literally have to go and bust it down.
Okay.
And
That's great.
Do you have them as questions? Like, how are you determining
there
what
are
to
events inside of a
race?
Inside of a race.
Shouldn't you, for that week?
They're an event inside of a race, just like a 5K, 10K.
Okay.
Right.
Hey, so let me push us forward a little bit. Yeah. Hold on to these thoughts. Darren and I are going to be sitting at a desk somewhere out here. I really want to hear more about this screen from everyone here, if you have opinions. I really want to make this better for you guys. But right now, we're running out of time, so I want to move us on to the next thing we have to show so we can keep you guys thinking a little bit.
So thank you for the red arrows. It really helps us to know.
I like it with red.
I don't like the red. I like the green.
We all like the green better. That's good. I'm glad it's working for you.
So the cover pages is a new feature that we just came out with. And we're really excited about it. I think it's really cool. It lets you create your own custom homepage. And you can put your content and your brand into it. And you can arrange it any way you want. And I'm just curious, is anybody using this yet in the room?
Yeah.
Not yet?
Cool. This is a really nice look for your race. Really.
A slight pain point.
These are all samples of actual races that are using it. And you can design the page any way you want. Sorry.
So we have tested it because we're actually contemplating. So like we have our own website, and we do multiple races. So we do like a holiday series. So each race has a page on our website with like packet pickup, price increases, that sorts of stuff. So we're looking at using the cover page to replace those pages so that there's less click-throughs to get through the registration page. With the blocks, whenever I go to like crop a picture, the cropping tool stays horizontal, but then the image on the block is actually like a square. So it makes whatever image, I've tried different sizes, different like formats,
right,
higher resolution, like edited the original all in Photoshop, and it makes it blurry. Yes.
About the two.
Yep, the two.
We did just recently add like a hint underneath the
Okay.
image uploader with suggested size.
Okay. It's been a couple weeks since I've gone back and looked at it.
I think that may have been a week ago.
And then with the text, is there any chance that you're going to be able to like, not necessarily like bullet point it, but like actually press enter? That may, I don't know, because that's been updated. And it's been,
something
when I did it, it was all like paragraph format, but you couldn't like space.
Yeah, right now you can't do a lot of formatting with it.
Okay.
And the reason that we did that was to kind of protect you from like wrecking the layout.
Right.
Because if you did put a lot of content
Save it from yourself.
in these blocks, they'll get really long.
Yeah.
But I understand that you may want to do that. And we had talked about putting a WYSIWYG editor in where you could put the paragraph. So that's a feature that we're looking at.
Okay.
And it's kind of on the roadmap for down the road.
Thanks.
The page that you show there, is that a custom page or a template? The one with the two blocks on top.
This one up here. That's a page that somebody customized that they built themselves. Yeah. Any other questions?
So you mentioned you have your own race website.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we did this.
Yeah.
We want you to use these.
I want to use that.
So keep the suggestions coming.
Yeah.
We want to get this to a point where you guys don't need to manage two websites because that's
Hallelujah.
it's a lot of work for you.
It is.
Yeah.
We haven't used it yet, but we have some races. Do you have to use the same cover page on all your events? If you make a cover page, is that the cover page that is
That's for your race.
for the race itself? Okay.
Yes. Yep. And it will replace your current homepage, but you will still have the link to go to what's called the race info page, so you'll still have that content without the banner at the top. So you're not completely losing it.
So if you have, like, is there the ability, or will there be the ability to do a cover page for your partner pages?
I think that may be down the road. I know this was developed and designed to be what we call generic. So eventually we're going to have it for the ticketing websites and the donation websites. So I don't see why we couldn't do it for the partners down the road. Yeah.
We just moved our domain over.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Great.
That's awesome.
Just a quick question. In terms of using this as a replacement website for our website, like we run a bunch of races, and I see the value that you guys offer. There's value in web traffic to us, to advertise, to whatever else. So, like, I haven't been too much on the analytics side. Are you tracking all these analytics and then the social ties back? Like, I haven't done too much of that, but is it all tied into Google Analytics, and are we able to get that data? Can it be?
Well, Google Analytics can be tracked on domain level.
Okay.
So this will live at your custom domain, hopefully your custom domain, or it could be RunSignup/race/ blah blah blah.
Okay. But if we were to use like our domain, right? Is it something like we obviously still want to operate our website? So is it a subdomain that we could use around all these pages? Or it would still be like healthykidsrunseries.org/organize?
This can be your top level domain. We are enabling soon subdomains like register.healthykids.org.
So like if we moved our domain, then you can't have both, right? Like you couldn't have a website then, or
if you had healthykids.org, for example,
yeah,
you had your
right.
custom website that
Right.
someone's nephew made for you.
right?
Once you move the domain over, it points to this. Yeah. So. Yes.
Can I just ask a clarifying question? So we have Under the Sun events.org, that's our business. Plus we have 5 events, just say that we own. So would we have to do a separate one of these for each event, or could we have Under the Sun events and then on that page you can click to the different events? Does that make sense?
I think you have to have one for each. If it's a separate race, there's one for each race.
Okay, so you can't click on like Santa Shuffle and then it goes to their registration page. It's individual for each event, not for your company.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying before,
Okay.
they might do later.
Yeah, like
Right,
instead
okay,
of,
yeah, I just wanted to
yeah.
clarify, okay.
Sound about that? Anything else to cover pages?
Who has the sweetest one that we should all go look at and be like, oh.
We had a contest recently.
These are actually from the contest.
I think this guy won, right?
Burnside one, yeah.
Okay.
What is it?
It's all about the burns. This was the winner. It was all black and white, good photography, but we had a lot of good ones. I think people are just scratching the surface on customization they can get out of it. So are we, to be honest. This is the one, and this is going to continue to evolve. So.
Is it too early in the morning to bring up clubs?
It's not. It's
So
on the roadmap.
That's the stepchild of the whole platform. Clubs.
Yes. Yeah. It is. We're aware of it. We want to get more attention there, and we'll get there. All right. So this is a new one. So we're launching a new product suite, I guess you would call it. GiveSignup, targeted at nonprofits. And this is a new type of dashboard. The existing dashboards we have one for timer, partner, race, series. I think we have 7 dashboards in total. All the dashboards we have prior to this one are very action oriented. I have a race, I go to my dashboard, I see stats, I take actions on my race or my series or whatever. So this is an aggregator type dashboard, the nonprofit dashboard. It sits on top of all the other dashboards, and data from partners and series and race all flow into this. The stats these are roll-up stats. We have reports. There's a CRM icon on here somewhere. There's going to be like a top-level CRM that aggregates data from multiple sources. The sources are configurable. You can have multiple nonprofit dashboards. So this is really a confluence of a lot of data that's getting pulled into here. The difference between this and the other dashboards is there's actually not a lot of actions taken here. This is where you're going to go to learn. Okay, how am I doing? Where are my green arrows? Where are my red arrows? Look at my stats. From there, you will link to the child dashboard where you actually take action. So we wanted this dashboard to look a little bit different. It's all white. Traditionally we have a dark frame around our dashboards. This one is white and light and differentiated visually. So when you go there, it's different. It's an aggregator. It's not an action dashboard. We're really excited about the GiveSignup products. I know a lot of you guys are nonprofits, and we hope you can start using this stuff and talking to us about it. We need a lot of feedback right out of the gates, because we really got to iterate this quickly and get it to where it needs to be. So this is released. This is out there. If you go to givesignup.org, you can go make one, play around with it. Talk to your AM. Questions, they love it, trust me. Or you can contact Darren and I. We can talk about it as well. Anyone have questions on Nonprofit Dash?
So when you log into RunSignup, then you have to log into Give?
No, your RunSignup log on will work for both.
Okay.
A really important thing.
You can toggle like between the two, or? Where
All of your, I'll say, entities, your race, your series, whatever you have, your timer dashboard, it's all there. So we all have this little menu up here. When you click that, you'll have my ticket events, my nonprofit dashboards, my races, all of your stuff.
How does it really differ from like the partner dashboard? I live in the partner dashboard.
What's this different from the partner dashboard?
When you've got tickets.
It's more configurable. You know, I can decide that I want this dashboard to have only my New Jersey Healthy Kids events, and then I can set up another one that has only Pennsylvania. So it's configurable. It has a very powerful access system as well, where you can give very fine-grained access to whoever to get certain things within the dashboard. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. I really encourage you guys to get in there and get some feedback.
So it's not a separate login?
It's not a separate login.
Okay.
Yep, and it's out there now. Go to GiveSignup.org. We have ticket events, nonprofit dashboards, which are new things, and the other link on GiveSignup.org is to create a run, walk, or ride, which is a race. It actually goes to the same race wizard that we have there. Does anyone have anything on their mind? Throw it out there now. Any questions, comments, angst?
I think with, multiple events, although it's great that the nonprofit dashboard, you're making changes on that, or you're designing it, to be more flexible and to give a lot of different options in the race websites you're changing, but for those of us that work on many events, the partner side, I feel like doesn't always get those benefits, and it's, those are the ones, at least for me, I'm on there constantly, so it's like, if I can have those things to make my life easier, dealing with 250 events, it just really saves time.
Yeah. Second. Yeah. Stop by, we're going to be at the desk today, Darren and I. I want to see your partner dashboard. Maybe we can talk about some of the things that annoy you. Yeah. Right? That's like our thing we want to know about. So stop by, I want to see it. We'll think about something we can do to make the lives a little easier near term. All right, I think that's it. Grab Darren and I anytime. I'm easy to find. I'm very tall. Grab me in the hallway. We love talking about this stuff. So does Darren. We would love to buy you guys a free beer tonight and happy hour as well.